What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Hendo Daily, and today we're going to talk about some multi-tools, from ranking them from the smallest all the way up to the largest, kind of my use case and purpose for each one, how often I carry them, some pros, some cons, do a little quick overview of each one, because honestly, multi-tools are really a cornerstone of the EDC world and of carrying pocket knives. And so each one has its own specific purpose. A lot of people will daily carry a multi-tool. A lot of people keep it as a backup. Some people just use the multi-tool mainly for the pliers, which in my case, that is typically why I'm going to carry a multi-tool if I do have one. But I do have purposes for each one, and certain times or situations that I'll carry different multi-tools in. So starting out with the smallest, we have the Victorinox Classic SD, and it has that name for a reason, because this knife is a classic. This multi-tool is super handy, and for its compact size and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools that are on it, you really just can't beat this. And I keep this one on a key ring in my car with a little AAA light, as well as a pry tool, really just as a secondary, or during the summer, if I'm wearing some gym shorts or something, I'll throw this whole key ring into my pocket. So that way I've got a little knife, I've got some scissors, I got a pry tool, and I got a flashlight. So if I'm not carrying anything else, I know I've got one of everything that I need. And honestly, for me, the biggest use on this knife is going to be the scissors, the tweezers, and the toothpick. Those are probably the 3 most used tools on this knife that I go through the most. And I did a short yesterday with my brother, and he carries I forget the version he carries, similar to a classic SD, but he uses the little file with the flathead the most, as well as the scissors, toothpick, and tweezers. And he gave his reasons for why he carries that, mainly when he's with his kids. So if you want to go check out that short, that's over on the channel. He's got a great explanation and breakdown of why he carries what he carries on a daily basis. But again, this one stays on a key ring. I love every tool on here because it has a good use and a good purpose. And then moving on from there, we've got another Victorinox. This is the Bantam, and this one actually came from the same brother as well. He gifted this to me, and this was really my first Victorinox, was one that he gave to me, and it's just the medium blade, the bottle opener, as well as the small pry and the wire stripper. And I thought it was really cool how this is used as the wire stripper. I used it a few times putting in some new light fixtures around the house, clipping off and cutting some of the wires off the new light fixtures. So that one has a lot of sentimental value to me because of my brother giving it to me and the reason why he gave it to me at that time. This has a lot of sentimental value to me, and this is one that I'll always hang on to. And I've carried this one a lot, actually, when I was still wearing my blues a lot. We had Blues Mondays for a while, so every Monday had to be in our blues. I couldn't have any pocket clips showing out of the pockets. Couldn't carry anything on my belt because the shirt was tucked in. And those pockets are awful on those pants. Like, they're super, super small, super slim. And so I would slip that in my front pocket and I'd be good to go. Next up, though, and this is no stranger on my channel as well as many other people's channels, is the SOG PowerPint. It has so much hype and gets talked about so much. I feel like I see it all the time on my feed and in other people's channels and videos. But I've definitely come around to it. At first, I thought it was overhyped and overused and oversaturated, but it really is a great small multi-tool. And again, something like this, I am mainly using for the pliers, just to have, a good set of pliers and a compact multi-tool. I love the gear opening on it and how that kind of is super smooth, really. I've never had to get caught up. I've never had it, struggle to open or anything like that. And it's a great set of small pliers, as well as the other tools that come on it. And there is a pair of scissors on here as well that I appreciate. along with the Phillips flathead, the knife, the file, everything else that comes on here has a good use. And this is probably my I'll say second most carried multi-tool, next to my Leatherman Wave Plus, but we'll get to that one in a minute. This one I carry typically outside of work, when I'm wearing jeans or shorts or whatever, and I want to carry a multi-tool, or I have some reason that I want to carry for a pair of pliers. This one typically goes in my back left pocket of my jeans, and it works great. It does what it needs to do. It gets the job done for when I need the job to be completed right. Next up is another Victorinox. We've got the Pioneer, with the black A-locks. And honestly, outside of my Bigfoot Victorinox Hiker that we'll get to next, the A-locks is hands down, I think, way better looking and a lot more aesthetically pleasing than the original classic red plastic scales. I just think it looks a lot nicer. It's got a little bit more grip to it with that A-locks on there. And then on this one for the Pioneer, you've got the main blade. You've got not a large, but medium-sized flathead screwdriver. Not Phillips, sorry. Flathead screwdriver, bottle opener, wire stripper. You've also got the can opener, as well as a small flathead. And then you've also got the awl, which again is something else my brother explained why he loves his. And he's actually got the Pioneer X, which is everything you see here plus a pair of scissors in the third row. But he uses the awl a lot for opening packages at work and scoring wood. So if you're measuring the cut, he said it makes a great use for that. And so the Pioneer A-locks has been great. And this was the second Victorinox that I picked up after my brother got me the Bantam. I just think it's a great tool, something easy to throw in the pocket. Again, a lot of times I'm carrying this, has been wearing gym shorts or even just regular shorts. Now though, and in a previous video I showed this, I keep this in the Alpaca Gear zip pouch, along with a few other tools. So that one stays in there, also in my car. But this one, if I'm going somewhere and I want to carry something, compact with everything I need, I have the Victorinox Pioneer in here, as well as the Archer through night Archer Mini, G2 mini pin, and a mini Sharpie, as well as a lighter. So kind of an all-in-one package. And I don't carry this a whole lot, but I do keep it in my car. So if I don't want a full-size knife or a full-size flashlight, I've got a little bit of everything that I need in here. I can just throw in the back pocket of my jeans and I'm good to go. And then next up, actually, let me go ahead and grab this back out of here for the comparisons. Then the next up after that is another, again, Victorinox, and this is the Hiker, and it's a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive with the Bigfoot scales on there. I love Bigfoot. I'm a huge Bigfoot fan. I'm still trying to convince my daughters that he's real, but we can have that conversation on the side. Or if you guys want to leave a comment saying, I'm crazy or you're a believer too, let me know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But that's besides the point. So on this one, you've got, again, the regular blade. You've got a smaller blade. And then again, the medium flathead with the bottle opener and the wire stripper, as well as, again, the smaller flathead can opener. And then the third row in this one is the saw, which I've used quite a bit. And I carry this one with me, obviously, when I'm hiking. And hiking, camping, this is one of the two multi-tools that I carry with me. It's also got the Phillips screwdriver on the back with an awl as well. And the more I think about it, earlier with what my brother was saying yesterday on his, this really does make a great tool. Sorry, and this one's not the awl, this is the punch, but same concept, honestly. It works great. I've punched a new hole in some of my leather belts with this, and it works great. So this one I love just because, again, I'm a believer of Bigfoot. I'm a believer of Sasquatch. He is real, he's out there. But again, leave your comments on what you think on that below. So this one I carry anytime I'm hiking. Sometimes I'll throw it in my backpack, and it gets its use for sure. And one thing I love about the Victorinox is the stainless steel blades on that comes so sharp out of the box and so sharp from the factory. I have not had to touch up any of those blades once yet. I have just for like running it across a strap, but I have not actually had to sharpen or touch it up whatsoever outside of, like I said, running it across the strap every once in a while. Then next we get to one of the bigger ones, second to last, and that's the Leatherman Wave Plus. This thing is absolutely awesome. I think the only thing I wish was on here, or I wish was a feature of this, is the spring-loaded pliers. I've got another Gerber multi-tool, not the MP600 that I featured on a video before, but another Gerber multi-tool that was issued to me in my previous career field that has a great set of spring-loaded pliers. And this one, the Leatherman Wave Plus, was also issued to me in my previous job before I left for recruiting. And this thing got carried all the time on the flight line. I still carry it on my uniform every single day, and it's such a great tool. I'm not going to run through all the tools in it. I feel like for the most part, y'all probably know what's on here. If not, I do have a video for this where I show off a lot of the tools and what I've used it for. But this has been a great multi-tool that I constantly have on me throughout the week at work. And then, yeah, I want to say I don't really carry it too much outside of work just because of the other multi-tools I like to carry, like the SOG PowerPint. But I highly recommend and really do love the Wave Plus. And kind of on a side note with this, I am potentially looking to replace this one. I do love the Wave Plus, but I have been looking at the Leatherman Arc just because I've seen a lot of hype on it. I've seen a lot of great reviews, not a whole lot of negative reviews on the Arc that I've seen outside of the price point, obviously. But with that Magna Cut blade that you get, I can't really complain too much on the price there. And then last up, and probably one of my favorite multi-tools that I feel like I don't get to use enough, is the Leatherman Signal. This thing, it's just great. This is my second multi-tool that I'll take camping with me next to my Victorinox Hiker, just because that's obviously what it was intended for when they made this knife and this multi-tool. The only complaint I would say on this one is anytime you're using one of the tools on the inside, you can't really close it up to use, because you pull out your tool that you're using. Say you're using the Phillips. Obviously, you can't close it up. So this is the best you're going to get. So if you are using the screwdriver on here, typically you're going to have to keep it open like this, which isn't a big deal or a huge concern. But it would be nice to be able to close that back up. But outside of that, this is such a great tool. I've used the sharpener on here. I've used the ferro rod and the whistle that is also built in with the ferro rod piece. So I haven't used the clip or the carabiner. I think one time I hooked it on my backpack when I was hiking, but outside of that, I typically carry it in my front right pocket with that pocket clip that's on there. So that is the realm of multi-tools that I use. Again, I do have a Gerber MP600 that I just had in one of my videos of EDC regrets. Go check out that video as well. And I explained why the MP600 with the OTF pliers is one of my EDC regrets. It's a good breakdown of why it's a good tool, but why it's not quite the tool for me. So overall, again, this is my setup of most carried and ranked up from smallest to biggest multi-tools. So leave a comment down below on which one of these is your favorite, or what multi-tool you carry. If you carry one daily as your EDC and you don't carry a dedicated knife because of having one on the having one on the multi-tool. But let me know what y'all carry. Let me know what y'all think. And if you have any recommendations for other multi-tools, I'm always open to those. It's kind of funny and ironic. I think it was last year I did a video on why I don't really carry a multi-tool. And it's just crazy how much how much your EDC changes and your perspective and your views on certain tools change. For a long time, I didn't think I was a multi-tool kind of guy because I never really needed it or used it. Even on the flight line, when I would occasionally use it or need it for certain situations, typically I was already using a tool that we had there out at the planes with us. But I've learned that I was not always in a position or a job where I needed to use a multi-tool every day, but they have come in handy more and more once I realized the potential of the tool that I'm carrying. And that's the biggest thing is you may not like something. I didn't like multi-tools because I wasn't using it properly. I wasn't thinking about the potential and the use that all of these multi-tools have until I started carrying one more and I started getting a more bigger variety and more options of multi-tools. But now that I understand more the potential and the use that comes out of these tools, my view on that has definitely changed. And I pretty much have a multi-tool on me every day now. Whereas almost a year ago, I was making a video about why I don't use multi-tools. So I love that EDC is constantly changing. I love that my rotation is constantly varying, especially in this realm of multi-tools. And I appreciate them a lot more for sure. So drop a comment down below on what your favorite multi-tool is. And if you carry one every day as your designated knife, you don't carry anything else or any other dedicated knife with you. And again, I am also looking at some more Victorinoxes. I'm super jealous of the Pioneer X that my brother has, just because that pair of scissors that's on there, they're super handy. And the more I see him carry it and the more he talks about it, I realize how useful and how great that tool really is. So that's all I've got for y'all today. I appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to like the video if you appreciated what you saw today. Subscribe to the channel for some new content every week, and I will see you all in the next one.